So 91st Street
Up to Washington
up
Heights.
to Washington Heights. Why did you? What? You know why? Have any idea why your parents moved? No idea. Okay, your parents moved up to the Heights. You
370 Fort Washington.
It's you and Alvin and your parents. That's
370 Fort Wash.
370
Fort
Washington Avenue.
Later on, we moved to 353 Fort Washington Avenue.
Your grandmother lived
Where?
in Washington Heights.
Yeah, she lived there. That's where they had the butcher shop.
Vega lived
The
in
Gelbachs.
Washington.
Right, the Gelbachs. Right. Kind of feel as if I missed out on that. You seem to. So the Gelbachs had a butcher shop in the Heights.
Right.
Did you
Essie lived in the Heights.
When you moved up to Washington Heights, was your
The Gelbachs is there?
were they there?
I don't remember exactly, but I think so. I think they must have been.
Do you remember your grandfather?
Yeah, sure.
And
He
your
used to-
grandmother?
He davened, he davened nicely.
I know that picture. You had that big picture in White
Picture
Plains.
with his big beard,
And
yeah.
then the other part,
Yeah,
right?
that's a gorgeous picture.
That's him. That's
Yeah.
Joseph.
Yeah, it's a nice picture.
Right. Okay.
And you have the picture of his wife, Fega, in the picture that you spoke about before that had Sam Fensterheim and others in it.
Oh, right. That was many years earlier.
She's in that picture too. Fega Gelbachs.
Right. Okay. So you moved to Washington Heights. What age are we? What
Well, I
years
went
did
to school.
you went to
PS
school?
173,
PS 173.
Then
What?
I went to PS 115 was the intermediate school. And then
That's
I went
like junior high school. It's
junior
like,
high. That
right?
is junior high, and then I went to high school, George Washington High School, all in Washington Heights.
Right. Now, did you have any formal Jewish education
And
after
we used to have a Rebbe come to the house.
Yeah.
Murray Lieberman, I think was his name. I think it was Murray Lieberman. I still remember.
The Rebbe came to the house, and he sat with you and Alvin.
I don't know if it was together or separate.
Uh-huh.
Might have been separate. I don't know. I think it was separate. I don't remember. I think it was separate.
Maybe you should put your hand down.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, so you think it was separate? The Malamed came to
Yeah,
the house
right.
to give you to fill you in, and you daven where?
Well, we davened in two places. I'm trying to remember. Basically, I davened in the Young Israel of Washington Heights. That, I remember, goes back to the mid-30s. So that means we were in Washington Heights in the mid-30s because I remember walking to shul with my father and discussing when Roosevelt beat Landon. Because Landon only took 2 states. It was the biggest defeat.
Upset.
By not an upset, but the biggest defeat. It was the second time for Roosevelt. So the second time for Roosevelt had to be 36. It's 32, I think it would be. So 36, so I had to be in Washington Heights at 30 at that time, in 36.
36.
So we're already up there. So what time, how old am I? I'm only
No, then you're only 10.
7 years old. That would be about right.
Right.
You know, walking to Young Israel of Washington Heights, which was across from the medical center in the Presbyterian Medical Center at 168th Street. Young Israel, Washington Heights first was in a loft on the 2nd floor.
Okay, so that's more or less the beginning of your life in Washington Heights.
Right.
Right.
So now you know when
So,
we moved from
so
91st Street up to
Right. So you were there as a,
Right.
right. You didn't live very long in the 91st
No,
Street.
a few years.
Just a couple years. But that's where Alvin
Had
had
his
accident.
Right. Wasn't so terrible.
But it obviously made an impression.
Yeah, we all remember it. I think he still got a little scar or something somewhere. I don't know.
So you daven, you
Washington Heights, Young Israel.
Young Israel.
And
Which
then-
was the base medrash Hagadol?
That was on 175th Street. When we made daven in both places, but most of the time we went
Most
to Young
Young
Israel.
Israel.
But then after that, we started going base Shagatel more. But I think we went both.
And you were bar mitzvah
In base Shagatel.
in the base medrash Hagadol.
Yeah. That was what Rabbi Besdin was the rabbi in Beis Medrash HaGadol, and when I was bar mitzvah, he was not there because he was a chaplain in the army, and he was substituted by a Rabbi Wurzberger, I think.
Wait, what year are we talking about?
13 years after
Which is
29.
40.
Which is 30, 29, 39, 42. Yeah,
42 year bar mitzvah.
right.
So that's the beginning of the war already.
Yes, that's why he's a chaplain in the
So
army.
he's a chaplain in the army.
Besdin was. He died. Besdin, didn't he recently? Yeah, the last couple of years. I
He
think.
was in a camp, huh? You met him.
I don't know.
Now tell me about Alvin at this point is how old?
3 years older than me.
So he's 16.
When I get bar mitzvah, yeah.
Okay, so he wasn't eligible for the draft during World War II.
No.
He only gets called up for Korea,
right. Yeah, when he's a dentist already.
when he's a dentist already. So he gets called up, he's in his 20s.
Well, it had to be more than that. He had to go to college and dental school.
So they drafted him even though he wasn't. He was
He
in
went
his
to
20s already?
college. Went to college, which was 3 years, because usually the fourth year you used to combine with the professional stuff and stuff. So he had to be. The war was. When was the Korean War? It was much later. So he was already out of it. He was a dentist already.
All right. Anyhow, Beis Medrash HaGadol,
Right,
Bar
yeah.
Mitzvah 1942.
Right.
Tell me about
Did you
your
wear
bar
a tallis from Bar Mitzvah? This
Yes.
is the thing that my kids always ask.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did in Beis Medrash HaGadol. That's what they did in Young Israel. That's what your father felt was necessary.
We did not wear a tallis. I don't remember kids not wearing a tallis like they do today.
Right. Because I have my kids, I tell my kids about a tallis. You know, my father wore a tallis in Bar Mitzvah. No reason why not to
Yeah.
wear a tallis.
Yeah.
But in America, I mean, like in Far Rockaway, none of the kids wore talisim
No.
until
now,
they got married.
yeah, that's the thing now. I don't know. Then I remember we got permission to go to tallis.
Right. Okay, you were asking something about
What?
Your bar mitzvah.
Bar Mitzvah?
What
Tell
about
me about your bar mitzvah. It was very nice. Who
Well,
catered?
who catered? Mince catered. Yeah.
And that was
It was a cousin or something. That was Mince.
Yeah.
Rose Mince.
Rose Mintz catered.
They
Rose
had-
and Abe Mintz.
They had a deli on the east side, Rose and Abe Mince, and they're related somehow on the Gilwack side. I don't remember exactly how now. And they came to the house,
And they
I remember cutting the noodles. They
Yeah.
were cutting noodles. You know, they rolled the
They-
dough and then you cut the
They did all the
Yeah.
catering. Bessie
Yeah.
always said.
We had an open house,
and-
an
and
open
Rose.
house Saturday night. It was a party. You didn't go make thousands of dollars. You know, that's nuts.
Right.
But
Okay.
yeah, the bar mitzvah then, it was not customary then, or you didn't see too much of kids laning the whole parsha.
Right.
We used to lane them
Maftir,
after.
the Maftir, right, I
That's
understand.
all the parsha Vayishlach.
Okay.
So we laid
Your-
them
so
after.
your parsha
and the
was-
Haftorah. Maftir and Haftorah is what the bar mitzvah boys would lane.
Your birthday is
Kislev,
English birthday.
19th of December, 17th of Kislev, I think it is.
And
Alvin is November 28th, and he's later than me in Kislev because his bar mitzvah parsha was Shabbos Hanukkah.
so you're close in birthday. So you guys probably typically celebrate your birthdays together? Or
No,
something?
separate.
Okay, so your parsha was B'Shalach.
No, yeah, not B'Shalach.
Not B'Shalach, what is it?
Vayishlach.
Vayishlach, I mean, I'm sorry, Vayishlach.
And Alvin, I think, was Miketz,
Okay,
because it's Parsha's Shabbos Hanukkah.
Shabbos Hanukkah. Okay, so now you go to high school,
Yeah.
then it's
Go to
time
Washington
to
High
pick
School.
a college, right?
Well, first you go to college and then you go to law
So
school.
where do you go to college?
NYU, Washington Square, because they had a campus up in the Bronx as well, but the primary campus was Washington Square.
Right, as is today. And you commuted from the Heights.
Yeah.
You got on the subways.
Yeah, that's the way everybody traveled, was subways. You didn't worry about getting mugged or anything then. It was
Right.
a different world.
Uh-huh.
Trains weren't even spray painted.
Graffiti.
Yeah.
Okay.